Command Richness, written and published by Rich Audiobooks. 3. Every fortune begins with a declaration. Before empires are built, before wealth flows, and before abundance manifests, there exists a crucial moment when words shape the foundation of future riches. Your speech carries a creative force that quite literally constructs your financial reality, word by word, phrase by phrase, declaration by declaration. Recent neuroscience research reveals that our brains physically change in response to the words we use. When you consistently speak of lack, struggle, or financial hardship, you're actually creating neural pathways that reinforce these very conditions. Conversely, when you adopt the language of wealth, your brain begins forming new connections that support prosperity consciousness. This isn't mere positive thinking, it's the deliberate rewiring of your neural architecture to align with abundance. Lesson 1. The Power of Words. What you say shapes your wealth. Throughout history, the world's greatest wealth creators have understood this profound connection between speech and manifestation. John D. Rockefeller was known to repeatedly declare his future success long before it materialized. Even during his humble beginnings as a bookkeeper, he would tell anyone who would listen about his destined path to prosperity. Andrew Carnegie similarly employed the power of commanding speech, famously stating his intentions for wealth creation well before his steel empire emerged. The distinction between wealthy people and those who struggle financially often lies in their verbal patterns. A comprehensive study of self-made millionaires revealed that they consistently use what researchers term possibility language, in words and phrases that expand rather than contract their perceived options for wealth creation. They speak definitively about their financial goals, using phrases like "I am" rather than "I hope to be" or "I wish I could." Your words act as instructions to your subconscious mind, which accepts them as absolute truth and works tirelessly to create corresponding circumstances. When you say, "I can't afford it," your mind immediately begins gathering evidence to support this statement. However, when you declare, "I am a money magnet," your subconscious redirects its vast resources toward manifesting this reality. The shift may seem subtle, but its impact on your financial destiny is profound. Consider the vibration of wealth-conscious language. Words like abundance, prosperity, wealth, and affluence carry a different energetic frequency than debt, lack, struggle, or broke. When you consistently speak in the frequency of abundance, you tune your entire being to resonate with wealth. This alignment attracts corresponding opportunities, ideas, and resources naturally and effortlessly. The transformation begins with awareness. Start paying attention to your daily financial vocabulary. Notice how often you speak of limitations versus possibilities. Observe the words you use when discussing money, success, and abundance. Your current financial situation directly reflects the cumulative impact of your historical speech patterns. Your words are seeds planted in the fertile soil of universal consciousness. Every statement about money, wealth, and abundance takes root and grows into your material reality. The universe doesn't judge whether your declarations are realistic or practical. It simply responds to what you consistently speak into existence. This is why people who maintain wealthy speech patterns, even in challenging circumstances, often experience remarkable financial success. This chapter marks the beginning of your journey toward commanding richness through conscious speech. As you progress through this book, you'll discover specific techniques for harnessing the creative power of your words to generate wealth. The principles you'll learn aren't new. They're as old as human consciousness itself. What's new is your deliberate application of these principles to create the financial abundance you deserve and deserve. Remember, your next word could be the one that sets a new fortune in motion. Choose it wisely, speak it with conviction, and watch as the universe conspires to transform your wealthy words into material reality. Lesson 2. Affirmations that activate financial flow. The art of crafting and deploying wealth affirmations goes far beyond simple positive thinking. When you understand the mechanics of how affirmations rewire your neural pathways, you can create statements that literally restructure your brain's approach to wealth creation. Your affirmations become precision tools that activate specific financial opportunities and outcomes in your life. Effective wealth affirmations operate on 3 distinct levels: emotional resonance, identity reinforcement, and action triggering. A powerful affirmation must first stir your emotions, making you feel the truth of abundance in your body. "I am a money magnet" works because it creates an immediate visceral sensation of attracting wealth. The statement, "financial opportunities flow to me easily," generates a feeling of relaxed receptivity that opens neural pathways to recognize real opportunity. The most potent affirmations transform your core identity, shifting how you fundamentally see yourself in relation to money. When you declare, "I am wealthy," or "I am a brilliant money manager," you're not just describing a desired state, you're literally programming your subconscious to operate from that new identity. Your brain begins seeking evidence to support these statements, automatically adjusting your behaviors and choices to align with this wealthy identity. Your affirmation practice requires strategic timing and repetition. The alpha brainwave state present just before sleep and upon waking provides optimal conditions for programming your subconscious mind. During these twilight periods, speak your affirmations with focused intention. Throughout the day, use trigger moments, like checking your phone, starting your car, or opening your wallet, to activate quick power statements that maintain your wealth consciousness. The language structure of your affirmations matters intensely. Use present tense, active voice, and commanding energy. "Money multiplies in my hands" carries more power than "I will be good with money someday." Include specific numbers and time frames to give your subconscious clear targets. "I consistently generate $20,000 0 cents monthly through multiple income streams," or "my investment portfolio grows by 25% annually." Your mind responds to precision. Many people sabotage their affirmation practice by mixing in subtle doubt words or creating statements that actually reinforce lack. Phrases like, "I'm trying to attract money," or "I hope to be wealthy," contain implicit permission to fail. Transform these into unwavering declarations: "I attract money naturally," and "I am wealthy now." Remove all wiggle room from your language. Watch how your body responds to different affirmations. When you find statements that create immediate physical responses, a surge of energy, relaxed shoulders, and open chest, you've struck gold. These physiological reactions indicate alignment between your conscious and subconscious mind. Record these high-impact statements and make them the foundation of your practice. Track the real-world impact of your affirmations by maintaining a manifestation journal. Note synchronicities, unexpected income, brilliant ideas, and profitable connections that appear after beginning your practice. This evidence builds your conviction and allows you to refine your affirmations for maximum effectiveness. Look for patterns in which statements consistently precede financial breakthroughs. Your wealth affirmations should evolve as your financial reality expands. What felt bold 6 months ago may feel limiting today. Regularly upgrade your statements to maintain the edge of excited disbelief that makes affirmations powerful. Push yourself to declare ever larger possibilities while maintaining that crucial feeling of stretching but attainable truth. Lesson 3. Speak as if you're already rich, because you are. The most powerful shift in claiming your wealth occurs when you eliminate the gap between your desired financial reality and your present moment. Speaking as if you're already wealthy isn't about pretending or deceiving yourself. It's about aligning with the abundance that already exists within and around you. This alignment begins with your words, which serve as bridges between your current circumstances and your inevitable prosperity. When you speak from the vantage point of already having achieved your desired wealth, you activate deep psychological and energetic mechanisms that accelerate its physical manifestation. Your brain, unable to distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones, begins creating neural pathways that support wealthy behaviors and decisions. This is why expressing gratitude for your abundance in the present moment, even before its physical manifestation, is so crucial. Each expression of thanks reinforces the reality of your wealth in your neural circuitry. Consider how differently you would communicate if you were already managing substantial wealth. You would naturally discuss investment opportunities, speak about expansion, and approach financial decisions from a position of choice rather than limitation. This isn't about ignoring your current financial situation, but rather about speaking from your wealth identity, the version of you that exists beyond temporary circumstances. When you say, "I am wealthy," instead of "I will be wealthy," you collapse time and bring your desired reality into your present moment experience. The language patterns of the wealthy differ significantly from those still seeking wealth. Wealthy people speak definitively about money, using phrases like, "I invest," rather than "I should invest," or "I choose," rather than "I hope." They understand that tentative language creates tentative results. By adopting these linguistic patterns now, you're not being inauthentic. You're programming your subconscious mind to operate from a prosperity framework. Your current bank balance may not match your wealthy self-talk initially, but this apparent contradiction is precisely where the power lies. By maintaining wealthy language patterns despite contrary evidence, you demonstrate unwavering faith in your abundance. This steadfast commitment to speaking your wealth into existence eventually resolves the gap between your words and your physical reality. The universe has no choice but to conform to your consistent, wealthy vibration. Gratitude accelerates this process exponentially. When you genuinely thank the universe for your wealth, your abundant lifestyle, and your financial freedom, as if these things are already yours, you create a powerful, attractive force. This isn't about being grateful for what you want, but rather expressing sincere appreciation for what you know is already yours on an energetic level. This subtle distinction makes all the difference in the manifestation process. Speaking as if you're already rich requires courage and conviction. You might feel vulnerable or foolish at first, especially if those around you don't understand this practice. But remember that every wealthy person started by claiming their abundance before it was visible to others. Your words are creating the energetic template for your physical wealth. Each time you speak from your wealthy self, you strengthen this template and speed up its manifestation. Practice speaking about money matters with confidence and ease, discussing wealth as your natural state rather than a distant goal. Share your investment insights, express excitement about abundance opportunities, and communicate about financial matters from a position of knowledge and authority. Your wealthy voice will gradually become your authentic voice, and your external reality will inevitably align with this new way of being. Lesson 4. Rewire your inner voice for prosperity. Your inner voice is the most influential narrator of your financial story. Every moment of every day, this voice interprets your reality and shapes your relationship with wealth. When you begin paying attention to this internal dialogue, you'll likely discover a complex web of beliefs, many of which may be unconsciously sabotaging your prosperity. Consider your inner voice as a radio station that's been playing the same financial programming for years. Perhaps it echoes your parents' worried conversations about money from your childhood, or maybe it repeats limiting beliefs you absorbed from society. The good news is that you own this radio station, and you have the power to change its broadcasts at any moment. The process of rewiring your inner voice begins with awareness. Throughout your day, notice the automatic thoughts that arise when you encounter money situations. Do you immediately think, "I can't afford that," when you see something desirable? Does your inner voice whisper, "Money doesn't grow on trees," when you consider investing? These subtle thoughts form the foundation of your wealth consciousness. Once you've identified these patterns, introduce interrupt signals. When a poverty thought surfaces, immediately pause and consciously replace it with a prosperity statement. For instance, transform "I can't afford that" into "I'm choosing to direct my wealth toward other priorities right now." This slight shift maintains your power while acknowledging your agency in financial decisions. Visualization plays a crucial role in this rewiring process. Your brain processes imagined experiences similarly to real ones, making visualization a powerful tool for creating new neural pathways. When you combine vivid wealth imagery with positive internal dialogue, you create a multisensory experience that accelerates the rewiring process. Imagine yourself confidently making investment decisions, generously giving to causes you care about, or easily paying bills while your inner voice narrates these scenes with certainty and joy. The practice of meditation offers another powerful avenue for transformation. In the quiet space of meditation, you can observe your thoughts about money without judgment and consciously plant new seeds of prosperity thinking. Start with 5 minutes of focused breathing, allowing money thoughts to surface. Notice them without attachment, then deliberately introduce thoughts of abundance, letting them take root in your mind's fertile soil. Consistency is key in creating new neural pathways. Your brain has spent years reinforcing current thought patterns about money, and it requires steady practice to establish new ones. Consider setting aside specific times each day for conscious wealth thinking. The morning hours, when your mind is fresh, can be particularly effective for this practice. Create a morning ritual that combines positive self-talk with visualization, setting the tone for prosperous thinking throughout your day. Your inner voice gains strength from the company it keeps. Surround yourself with people whose internal dialogue resonates at the frequency of abundance. Their prosperity-focused thinking will naturally influence your own. When you hear others speaking confidently about wealth, your inner voice absorbs and begins to mirror that confidence. The transformation of your inner voice isn't just about positive thinking, it's about establishing a new relationship with prosperity at the deepest level of your being. As your internal dialogue shifts, you'll notice external changes in your financial behavior and results. You'll make decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity, attract opportunities that align with your new prosperity consciousness, and naturally take actions that generate wealth. This rewiring process is unique to you. While others may share similar limiting beliefs, your path to prosperity consciousness is personal. Trust your intuition as you develop new thought patterns, and allow your inner voice to evolve naturally into one that speaks the language of wealth with authenticity and power. Lesson 5. Language of abundance versus language of lack. Words are like switches that either open or close the circuits of prosperity in our lives. The language of abundance flows from a place of limitless possibility, while the language of lack stems from a mindset of scarcity and restriction. Understanding this fundamental difference transforms not just how we speak, but how we experience and attract wealth. The vocabulary of lack is subtle yet pervasive. It shows up in phrases like, "I can't afford it," "that's too expensive," or "I'll never be able to." These expressions, while seemingly innocent, program our subconscious mind to focus on limitations rather than possibilities. When we say, "I can't afford it," we're really declaring our powerlessness over money. Instead, the language of abundance asks, "How can I create the resources for this?" or states, "I choose to direct my money elsewhere right now." Consider how different it feels to say, "Money comes to me easily," versus, "I have to work hard for every penny." The first statement opens channels of possibility and invites effortless flow, while the second creates resistance and struggle. The language of abundance acknowledges the natural flow of wealth, using words like attract, receive, generate, and create. It speaks of money as a friend, a partner, and an eager participant in our journey rather than an adversary to be fought or a scarce resource to be hoarded. Our cultural conditioning often reinforces lack-based expressions. We inherit phrases like, "money doesn't grow on trees," or "we're not made of money," from well-meaning parents and society. These cultural narratives seep into our daily dialogue and perpetuate cycles of financial limitation. Breaking free requires conscious awareness and deliberate choice in our words. The emotional resonance of our language matters as much as the words themselves. When we speak of abundance, our tone should carry confidence, joy, and certainty. Phrases like, "I am a money magnet," or "wealth flows to me continuously," should be spoken with genuine enthusiasm and belief. This emotional signature amplifies the power of our words and accelerates their manifestation. Abundance language acknowledges the present while embracing growth. Instead of saying, "I'm broke," we might say, "I'm in the process of expanding my financial abundance." Rather than lamenting what we lack, we focus on what we're creating and attracting. This slight shift in perspective, reflected in our words, opens new pathways for wealth to enter our lives. The language of abundance also extends beyond money to encompass all forms of wealth. It speaks of abundant time, energy, opportunities, connections, and resources. When we expand our prosperity vocabulary to include these diverse aspects of abundance, we create a more comprehensive and powerful attraction field for all forms of wealth. Active practice is essential for transitioning from lack to abundance language. Start by catching yourself in moments of scarcity speech. Notice how often you use words that limit rather than expand your financial potential. Then consciously choose alternative expressions that align with abundance. This might feel artificial at first, but with consistency, these new patterns become natural and automatic. Every word we speak is either an investment in our abundance or a withdrawal from our wealth potential. By choosing the language of abundance, we're not just changing our vocabulary, we're rewiring our entire relationship with prosperity. This conscious linguistic choice becomes a powerful catalyst for transforming our financial reality, attracting greater opportunities and manifesting the wealth we desire. Your words are continuously broadcasting your wealth frequency to the universe. The language of abundance acts as a beacon, signaling your readiness and worthiness to receive prosperity in all its forms. Choose your words with this awareness, knowing that each expression of abundance strengthens your connection to the infinite flow of wealth available to you. Lesson 6. Your voice is a manifestation tool. Your voice carries a unique vibrational signature that shapes the very fabric of your reality. When you understand that each word you speak sends ripples through the quantum field of possibility, you begin to grasp the profound power you hold in your vocal cords. This isn't merely metaphysical theory. Science has shown that sound waves influence matter at the molecular level, creating patterns and reorganizing physical structures. The tone, timbre, and resonance of your voice matter just as much as the words themselves. When declaring your wealth intentions, speak from your diaphragm rather than your throat, allowing your whole body to participate in the manifestation process. This deep, grounded voice carries authority and conviction, programming both your nervous system and the universal field with unmistakable certainty. Think of your voice as a tuning fork for abundance. Just as a tuning fork can cause another object to vibrate at its frequency through resonance, your voice can align your environment with the frequency of wealth. Practice speaking in lower, more measured tones when making wealth declarations. These deeper frequencies naturally communicate power and create a stronger energetic imprint than high-pitched or rushed speech. Ancient traditions have long recognized the manifestation power of sound through chanting and mantras. Modern abundance practice can incorporate these timeless principles by using repetitive wealth declarations with specific sound patterns. Try elongating certain words that represent abundance to you. Feel how prosperous, wealthy, and abundant feel different when you extend their syllables and let them resonate in your chest. Recording your wealth declarations adds another dimension to this practice. When you listen back to your voice stating your financial truth, it creates a powerful feedback loop that reinforces these beliefs in your subconscious mind. Make it a daily practice to record yourself speaking about your wealth as if it's already present. Then listen during your morning routine or evening wind-down. The space in which you speak matters too. Find locations that naturally amplify your voice, perhaps a room with good acoustics or an outdoor space where your words can expand into the atmosphere. The physical sensation of your voice filling a space helps cement the reality of your declarations. Some practitioners find that speaking their wealth intentions in their future home or office creates an especially powerful manifestation energy. Your voice becomes more powerful as a manifestation tool when you eliminate any traces of doubt or uncertainty. Practice speaking without fillers like or and remove qualifying phrases such as I think or maybe. These verbal habits dilute your manifesting power. Instead, cultivate a voice that rings with clarity and certainty, one that leaves no room for alternative possibilities except the wealth you're calling in. Experiment with the musical qualities of your voice when making wealth declarations. There's a natural rhythm to powerful speech, a cadence that captures attention and programs the subconscious mind. Some find that speaking their wealth intentions to a steady beat, or even singing them, creates a stronger manifestation impact. The key is to engage multiple sensory channels, sound, feeling, rhythm, in your wealth-speaking practice. Your voice is always active as a manifestation tool, whether you're conscious of it or not. Each complaint, each expression of lack, each worried statement about money is also programming your reality. By becoming more aware of your voice as a creative force, you can consciously direct its power toward manifesting the wealth you desire. Let every word that leaves your lips be a deliberate brushstroke painting your prosperous future into being. Lesson 7. Declare, don't doubt, command with conviction. The difference between those who manifest wealth and those who remain in lack often comes down to the certainty with which they speak their intentions. When you declare your prosperity with absolute conviction, the universe has no choice but to respond accordingly. This chapter explores the art of commanding speech and unwavering declaration. Wealth commands require the elimination of weakening qualifiers from your vocabulary. Words like maybe, hopefully, try, might, and sort of dilute your manifestation power. These seemingly innocent terms act as energetic leaks in your prosperity pipeline. Instead of saying, I hope to increase my income this year, declare, I am increasing my income now. Notice how the second statement carries an unmistakable energy of certainty. The art of unwavering wealth declarations demands practice and persistence. Begin by standing before a mirror and making direct eye contact with yourself as you speak your prosperity commands. Watch your facial expressions, posture, and the conviction in your eyes. If you detect any hint of doubt or hesitation, repeat the declaration until your entire being radiates absolute certainty. Your physical presence must align with the power of your words. When faced with contradictory evidence, an empty bank account, mounting bills, or financial setbacks, maintaining commanding speech becomes crucial. These moments test your ability to hold firm to your declarations despite external circumstances. Current conditions are merely reflections of past thoughts and words. Your present declarations are creating your future reality. Speak with authority about your wealth, especially when circumstances appear to oppose your vision. Public declarations serve as powerful commitment devices in your wealth creation journey. Share your financial goals and aspirations with trusted allies who support your vision. Speaking your intentions aloud to others adds an extra layer of accountability and energetic power to your declarations. The key is to choose confidants who will reinforce your convictions rather than inject doubt or skepticism into your prosperity consciousness. The development of unshakable belief through commanding speech operates on a feedback loop. The more you declare with conviction, the stronger your belief becomes. The stronger your belief, the more natural and powerful your declarations become. Start with small, believable declarations and gradually expand their scope as your confidence grows. Let your voice carry the full weight of your prosperity consciousness without apology or qualification. Your commanding voice must extend beyond mere financial declarations into all areas of life. Speak with authority about your skills, your value, your contributions, and your worth. Every aspect of your communication should reflect the prosperity consciousness you're cultivating. When you speak about challenges or obstacles, do so from a position of empowered problem-solving rather than victimhood or complaint. The physical act of commanding speech triggers specific neurological and energetic responses in your body. Your voice activates your throat chakra, the energy center associated with speaking your truth and manifesting your desires. Deep, resonant declarations stimulate your vagus nerve, promoting a state of confident calm that reinforces your prosperity mindset. Allow your wealth commands to emerge from the depths of your being, carried on the full power of your breath and voice. Practice commanding speech daily, treating it as essential as any other wealth-building activity. Create specific times and places for your declarations, ensuring you give them the focused attention they deserve. Your prosperity commands should become as natural as breathing, woven seamlessly into the fabric of your daily life. Let every word you speak reflect the wealth consciousness you're embodying, for in this unwavering conviction lies the key to manifesting your abundant reality. Lesson 8. Speak your vision into physical form. The art of materializing wealth begins with precise verbal articulation. When you speak your vision into existence, you're not merely describing a wish. You're establishing a blueprint that the universe can follow. Think of your words as architectural drawings for the wealth you're building. Just as an architect must detail every measurement and specification, your verbal expression of abundance must paint a crystal-clear picture of your desired financial reality. Words carry power in their specificity. Instead of saying, "I want more money," declare, "I am generating $20,000 0 cents monthly through my thriving consulting business, serving clients who value my expertise and gladly invest in my services." Notice how this detailed declaration creates a complete scene, engaging multiple senses and emotions while establishing clear parameters for manifestation. This level of verbal precision acts as a homing beacon for opportunities aligned with your vision. Your wealth narrative must encompass more than numbers. It should tell the complete story of your abundant life. Describe the feeling of checking your investment accounts and seeing exponential growth. Articulate the satisfaction of making strategic business decisions that yield substantial returns. Share the joy of contributing to causes you care about through your financial prosperity. As you verbalize these scenarios, you're not just dreaming. You're programming your subconscious mind with detailed instructions for creating this reality. Consider the difference between saying, "I want a nice house," and declaring, "I live in my beautiful 4-bedroom Mediterranean villa overlooking the ocean, where I start each morning watching the sunrise from my private terrace." The latter creates an immediate emotional connection and provides clear manifestation parameters. This principle applies to every aspect of your wealth vision, from your income streams to your investment portfolio, from your business ventures to your philanthropic impact. The physical manifestation of spoken visions follows a natural progression. First, the words create mental imagery. This imagery generates emotional resonance, which drives inspired action. These actions, guided by your clearly articulated vision, create tangible results in the physical world. By maintaining detailed verbal expression of your wealth vision, You keep yourself aligned with opportunities that match your declared reality. Track the journey from spoken word to physical manifestation through a conscious practice of documentation. Record your wealth declarations and regularly revisit them, noting how reality begins to mirror your spoken vision. This isn't about holding yourself accountable. It's about witnessing the powerful connection between your words and your manifesting abilities. As you observe this process, your conviction in the power of verbal creation naturally strengthens. Your spoken vision serves as a constant reminder to your subconscious mind of what you're creating. It influences your decisions, guides your actions, and shapes your responses to opportunities. When you speak with precision about your wealth vision, you're more likely to recognize and act on aligned opportunities when they appear. The universe responds to clarity, and nothing creates clarity quite like well-articulated intention. Speaking your vision isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing dialogue with the universe. As your wealth grows, your vision expands, and your declarations evolve to reflect new possibilities. This dynamic interaction between spoken word and physical manifestation creates an upward spiral of abundance. Each manifestation validates the power of your words, encouraging you to speak even bolder visions into existence. Engage all your senses as you verbalize your wealth vision. Describe the textures, sounds, smells, and feelings associated with your abundant life. This sensory-rich verbal expression creates a more compelling blueprint for manifestation. The more vivid and detailed your spoken vision, the more powerful its magnetic pull on physical reality becomes. Lesson 9. Shift conversations to wealth-driven dialogue. Every conversation is an opportunity to reinforce and expand your wealth consciousness. The way you engage in daily dialogue shapes not only your financial reality but influences the collective prosperity of those around you. When you consciously direct conversations toward abundance, you create powerful ripple effects that transform both casual exchanges and meaningful relationships into catalysts for wealth creation. Start by recognizing that most people unconsciously default to lack-based conversations. They discuss bills, complain about prices, or focus on financial limitations. Your role is to skillfully redirect these exchanges toward possibility and abundance. When someone mentions rising costs, pivot the conversation to opportunities for increased income. When others express financial worry, guide the discussion toward solution-oriented thinking and wealth-generating ideas. This transformation requires both art and awareness. Listen for opportunities to inject prosperity-focused perspectives into everyday discussions. Rather than joining in complaints about the economy, introduce conversations about investment opportunities, business ventures, or innovative ways to generate wealth. Share success stories, discuss market trends positively, and speak about money with confidence and ease. Master the art of asking wealth-generating questions. Instead of, "Can we afford this?" ask, "How can we generate the resources for this?" Rather than, "Why is everything so expensive?" explore, "What value can we create in this market?" These questions transform the energy of conversations and open new pathways for collective prosperity. In professional settings, become known as someone who speaks the language of opportunity. During meetings, frame challenges as chances for innovation and growth. When discussing projects, emphasize value creation and return on investment. Your wealth-focused communication style will naturally attract opportunities and like-minded people who resonate with abundance thinking. Cultivate relationships with others who maintain wealth-conscious dialogue. Create mastermind groups where prosperity-focused conversations are the norm. In these settings, challenge each other to eliminate scarcity language and practice speaking with increasing levels of financial conviction. The collective energy of wealth-focused dialogue amplifies individual manifestation power. Your social media presence and digital communications should reflect this same commitment to wealth-driven dialogue. Share content that inspires abundance thinking, engage in discussions about prosperity, and become a voice of possibility in your online communities. Every post, comment, and interaction is an opportunity to strengthen the frequency of wealth in your communication field. Wealth-driven dialogue isn't about ignoring financial challenges or being unrealistic. It's about maintaining a solution-focused, abundance-oriented perspective in all conversations. When difficulties arise, address them through the lens of opportunity and growth rather than limitation and lack. This approach transforms problems into stepping stones toward greater prosperity. Practice the art of elegant wealth conversations. Avoid bragging or making others feel diminished. Instead, Speak about wealth in ways that inspire and elevate everyone in the conversation. Share insights, offer encouragement, and create space for others to expand their own prosperity consciousness through dialogue with you. Your words should light the path toward abundance for all who engage with you. Each interaction is a chance to strengthen your command of richness through conscious communication. The more consistently you engage in wealth-driven dialogue, the more natural and authentic it becomes. Your conversations become powerful tools for manifestation, drawing prosperity not only to yourself, but to all who participate in your wealth-focused exchanges. Lesson 10. Command richness daily. Make it your default language. The integration of wealth-commanding language into your daily life represents the culmination of your journey into prosperity consciousness. Just as a virtuoso musician doesn't think about individual notes but naturally flows into beautiful melodies, your prosperous speech patterns must become your default mode of expression. This natural state of abundant communication emerges when you've fully embodied the principles of commanding richness. Your morning coffee becomes an opportunity to declare abundance. Your commute transforms into a wealth meditation session. Every conversation holds the potential for prosperity activation. This isn't about forcing artificial statements or maintaining constant vigilance over your words. It's about allowing affluent expression to flow naturally from your evolved consciousness. When wealth consciousness becomes your foundation, prosperous language naturally rises to the surface. Consider how a native speaker doesn't translate in their head before speaking. They simply express themselves naturally in their mother tongue. Similarly, commanding richness becomes your native language of reality creation. You'll find yourself automatically choosing words that align with abundance, naturally avoiding scarcity-based expressions, and instinctively uplifting the financial energy of any conversation you join. The power of this default prosperity language creates a continuous field of abundance around you. Others begin to notice and respond to your wealth vibration. They might comment on your confident demeanor, mirror your optimistic outlook, or seek your advice on manifestation. Your presence alone starts to shift the conversational dynamics in rooms you enter, elevating collective prosperity consciousness without conscious effort. This mastery level of wealth communication also means you've developed an immunity to poverty consciousness in your environment. When others speak of lack or limitation, their words no longer penetrate your prosperity field. Instead, you naturally and compassionately redirect such conversations toward possibility and abundance. Your wealth consciousness becomes both a shield and a transmitter, protecting your prosperity while broadcasting abundance to those around you. Living in commanded richness means you've transcended the need for structured affirmations or scheduled declaration times. Your entire life becomes a flowing river of prosperity statements, each word carrying the power to manifest abundance. Every sentence you speak contains the seeds of wealth creation, whether you're ordering lunch, conducting a business meeting, or chatting with friends. The subtleties of your communication reflect this mastery. Your questions assume abundance rather than scarcity. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this?" you naturally inquire, "How will I acquire this?" Your responses to challenges automatically frame them as opportunities for wealth expansion. Your casual conversations unconsciously seed prosperity in others' minds through your choice of metaphors, examples, and stories. Your relationship with money transforms through this default prosperity language. Money responds to your natural commands like a well-trained companion, eagerly flowing toward your clear and confident directions. The universe recognizes your evolved vibration and matches it with corresponding physical abundance. You've created a self-perpetuating cycle where your natural wealth expression attracts more prosperity, which in turn reinforces your abundant communication. This is the ultimate goal of commanding richness in a state where prosperous speech requires no effort because it simply reflects who you've become. Your words flow from a place of unshakable abundance consciousness, creating ripples of wealth in every direction. You've transcended the practice of prosperity language and embodied the very essence of wealth itself, expressing it naturally through every word you speak.